Season 7 of Fortnite Battle Royale is crossing over the halfway point, meaning we're now on the later half of the season, and Season 8 of Battle Royale is closer than you might think. Although Season 7 has been extended longer than any other season in Fortnite history according to Epic Games, Season 8 has already had some teases and reveals thanks to some interesting items and areas on the Fortnite Season 7 map. With more and more things being revealed every single week, it looks like Season 8 is going to seriously shake things up like we've never seen before. What's up guys, welcome back to the Simply Viral channel. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe with your channel notifications turned on by clicking that bell icon, that way you'll never miss another upload. And if you guys are excited for Season 8 of Fortnite and the insane new map we're going to be getting, make sure to drop a like on this video and leave us a big thumbs up. Now without further ado, let's jump back into the world of Fortnite and take a look at some brand new Season 8 news, leaks, and rumors. As I mentioned, Season 7 of Fortnite Battle Royale is going to be our longest season of Fortnite in history, as Epic Games stated that the season's length was extended due to the holidays, meaning Season 7 will officially end on Wednesday, February 27th, and Season 8 will launch on Thursday, February 28th. Let's kick things off by talking about our super secret Season 7 skin called the Snowfall skin. The Snowfall skin is of course Season 7's secret challenge-based skin that will be unlocked after you complete 60 individual weekly challenges. And with each week only having 7 challenges, that means we won't be able to unveil the Snowfall skin until week 9 here in Season 7. But in the past, the challenge-based skins have always played a huge part in the seasonal storyline. Originally with the Blockbuster skin and the Rocket Launch, then with the Enforcer skin and all the Rift ongoings, and most recently the AIM skin, who was of course a huge part in teasing the Iceberg and Snow map that we now have here in Season 7. If the Snowfall skin is following this trend, it will definitely play a huge part in the Season 8 storyline, but the skin probably won't leak until early week 8, so we'll have more information for you guys on that at a later date. Moving on, the most recent discovery in the realm of Season 8 news, leaks, and rumors has to do primarily with the events taking place at Polar Peak and the Ice Castle. Two different Season 8 theories are currently stemming from the melting that is happening on the iceberg and the revealing of the castle's major secrets. One theory in particular pertains to the mysterious eggs that can actually now be accessed thanks to some sneaky glitches and workarounds in Fortnite's playground mode. A little while back, some in-game text files actually leaked detailing some interesting additions to the Fortnite island in the form of eggs. And then a little while after that, some in-game renders of these eggs were also found within the game files. And now, lo and behold, with enough effort, you can actually glitch under the Polar Peak Castle and find a batch of ominous eggs sitting there waiting to hatch. What's even more mysterious about these eggs is the shadow that is conveyed on the shell, which definitely resembles a dragon or some sort of serpent. To add to the conversation, these supposed dragon eggs also have a heartbeat that you can clearly hear in-game if you listen closely. Of course, this discovery has sparked a wild amount of conversation regarding what these eggs have to do with Season 8. The first of which is a Chinese New Year's based celebration. This is a relatively new theory, but fans have noticed that Season 8 is going to be starting roughly around the same time that Chinese New Year's will be taking place. When you do compare the image of the shadow on the eggs, it does look pretty similar to the dragons typically associated with Chinese New Year's. So that's one potential option for what these eggs are doing on the Fortnite island. Another is of course destruction. It seems like every season, the Fortnite island is on the verge of being completely destroyed. Things of course initially kicked off with the meteor crash, then we had the rocket launch, and then the whole cube event slash floating cube island, and now of course the iceberg, and potentially in the future, maybe even dragons? If these dragons end up hatching from these eggs, there is no guarantee that they're going to be nice and friendly, and perhaps the Fortnite island will once again be on the verge of destruction, this time at the hands of some formidable and fearsome dragons. On the other side of the spectrum, it is also possible that these dragons hatch from the eggs as a friendly creature, and this opens up an entirely new realm of possibilities, including even the potential ability to ride the dragons as a form of transportation. This idea is pretty crazy, of course, I'm not gonna lie, but when has Epic Games ever been known to not be a little bit crazy? Keep in mind, we do also have plenty of other dragon references in the game, including a little pet that we can use as a backbling that was introduced back in Season 6, and some other dragon images that appear in the form of different emotes, sprays, and also on other backblings as well. Moving on, the other major theory stemming from the polar peak iceberg and the ongoing melting that's occurring is the Great Flood, or flood event, that could potentially turn Season 8 of Fortnite Battle Royale into the craziest season yet. As the iceberg continues to melt, we can only assume that all of this melting snow and excess water is gonna have to drain somewhere, and while there's no denying that a good portion of it will probably drain back to the ocean where the iceberg initially came from, there is also a high probability that a lot of the water will also flood inland, meaning a massive raging surge of water could potentially destroy part of the island, or the known bodies of water that we know now could also be overwhelmed with an influx of snowmelt, leading to nearby areas also experiencing some flooding. Focusing on the chance of a raging wave flooding the island, areas like Tilted Towers, Lucky Landing, Fatal Fields, and Snobby Shores could all be greatly affected by a flood event, as they are the closest in proximity to the iceberg biome. This means all of these aforementioned locations could be flooded or even destroyed if the waters are strong enough. The more likely scenario of the two, though, I believe, is that the snowmelt and excess flood water is going to drain into Loot Lake and the nearby rivers, causing areas like Tilted Towers, Snobby Shores, and Lucky Landing to experience some sort of minor flooding. While it might be minor enough to allow these areas to remain standing and accessible, even the slightest amount of water is going to cause some issues in these areas. Circling back now to the dragon eggs, if these dragons do turn out to be some sort of serpent, it's also possible that they inhabit the water areas of the Fortnite map, and if a flood event does happen, it's likely that there's going to be even more water locations than we have now, meaning more places for these serpents to roam free and cause chaos. Regardless of a flood event occurring as the iceberg biome melts away, one thing we do know for sure is that the iceberg biome is indeed melting away. And that means this entire iceberg biome and snow area that we know now might not even exist once Season 8 starts. This means areas like Polar Peak, the Frozen Lake, Greasy Grove, Flush Factory, Happy Hamlet, and even Frosty Flights might all undergo some serious changes. Polar Peak, aka the iceberg, is seemingly disappearing before our very eyes, meaning that this point of interest presumably is going to go away when the iceberg is completely melted, and all that will remain is the ice castle, or I guess regular castle if all the ice melts. What's interesting though is the fact that the ice castle is currently lodged inside of Polar Peak's iceberg, and I'm assuming that the castle doesn't reach all the way down to the ground, seeing as it was carried over on the iceberg. So if it's not touching the physical Fortnite islands, when the iceberg melts away completely, what's gonna happen to the castle? Is it going to slowly just be let down onto the ground as the last bit of iceberg washes away, or is it going to come tumbling down as a result of losing its foundation? Honestly, only time will tell. Keeping the ball rolling, the frozen lake that currently sits where Greasy Grove is will also presumably experience some changes as a result of this melting, meaning we might see the return of Greasy Grove as a point of interest, albeit probably a little destroyed and dysfunctional. Currently, Greasy Grove is partially accessible as the outdoor shop can be accessed through the roof. However, once you get inside, you can only access the main showroom area, and all other doors and areas of Greasy Grove are locked behind a thick layer of ice. Seeing as the rest of Greasy Grove is presumably frozen solid, when the ice does end up melting, things are definitely going to be a little bit different. Things could be completely destroyed or completely relocated from where they once stood. As a whole, I definitely feel like Greasy Grove is going to come back, but it's not going to be the same Greasy Grove that we once knew. Snobby Shores also piques my interest as it currently sits both on the edge of the iceberg/snow biome as well as on the edge of the map, and is essentially in the most vulnerable area for flood damage, as the ice and snowmelt from the iceberg biome could cause flooding to happen to Snobby Shores, but also the rising ocean levels as a result of water draining back into it could pose some issues too. So Snobby Shores in this sense could be attacked from both sides and might disappear as a point of interest for good here in Season 8. And with that being said, that pretty much concludes today's video. Despite the mystery shrouding the majority of Season 8, we do know Season 8 of Fortnite Battle Royale will be the craziest season of Battle Royale yet. Which theory do you guys think is the most possible? Drop us a comment down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let us know by leaving a like or a thumbs up rating. And of course, if you guys are new here to the Simply Viral channel, feel free to go ahead and subscribe with your channel notifications turned on. That way, you'll never miss another upload. By joining that notification squad, you actually get notified by YouTube every time we go live. That way, you guys can literally catch every future video regarding Season 8. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the Battle Bus. Peace out.